It's tough enough to set aside some money after all the monthly expenses, but deciding what to do with your savings can be even more daunting. One thing's clear, though, your money is worse off collecting dust in a savings account. It isn't going to retain its full worth over time, and with the current inflation rates, your money will likely be half today's worth after 30 years. That means you're not nearly saving as much for your retirement as you think you are. This is why investing in some sort of an asset is the way to go if you wish to make your money work for you, have an ample amount for retirement funds, and grow your wealth in the short term as well. Especially after the pandemic, and the recession that came with it, there's a slew of opportunities out there. Businesses with great potential have lost money this past year, and they're yearning for new investors. So today, we bring you the top 10 highest performing investments to make in 2021. Number 1. Real estate. While the recession has absolutely devastated every market sector, real estate has largely remained unaffected by it. In fact, it's been on the up and up for a really long time. This makes sense when you consider that the near-zero interest rates introduced last year have caused the mortgage rates to skyrocket, spike the real estate demand since it's now more accessible to more people, and since there's so much increased demand, construction companies are finding it hard to keep up because of the SOPs and lockdowns. On top of that, the lockdowns are also stifling the production of materials required to build new properties. The labor isn't coming in cheap either, hence the surge in real estate prices. Since the interest rates are expected to remain low for quite some time, the real estate market isn't coming down anytime soon, and that makes it the best place to invest money in. Number 2. E-commerce. If there's one market that can withstand the test of time, it's the e-commerce companies. While the large corporations dependent on brick-and-mortar stores were going out of business last year, commerce sites remained resilient. Not only did the economic shutdowns had any effect on companies like Amazon and Walmart, but these e-commerce companies have also more than doubled their stock prices since the January of 2020. Take Amazon stock for example, which went 71% up last year with an impressive 73.5% return year to date. You cannot go wrong with investing in Amazon or e-commerce businesses in general. Number 3. Index funds. For those looking to retire into a lavish lifestyle, index funds are the best long-term investments. When you invest in index funds, you invest in a market instead of a particular company, and economies as a whole have been following an upward trend since the dawn of stock markets themselves. Index funds admittedly aren't great if you're looking for short-term gains, because funds like S&P and Fidelity are both vulnerable to market volatility and had to bear losses in last year's stock market crash. Greater than that said, S&P 500 is still going strong and delivering around 15% returns to the investor who took the hit during the crash. Index funds are the highest performing assets that you can buy at any given moment. Given its due time, it's going to yield some fantastic gains. Number 4. REITs. REITs are especially for those investors who wish to outsource the management that comes with owning real estate. REIT stands for Real Estate Investment Trust, and at its core, it's just like owning a stock. A real estate investment trust will share profits, and their stocks can be traded just like any other stocks on the market. Seeing as the prices of real estate are going to go up, it's safe to assume the REITs will also appreciate in value this year. And if you want proof in action, Hannon Armstrong has effectively doubled its stock value since January of 2020, jumping from around $30 to $60. Number 5. Pharmaceuticals. Look around you. We're in the tail end of a pandemic. The best place that could use your money is the healthcare and pharmaceuticals fighting to mitigate the effects of the virus. Companies like Moderna and Pfizer have nearly discovered the long-awaited vaccine, and soon, the process of their mass production will ensue. This makes pharmaceutical companies the safest, most ludicrous bet to take in 2021. Number 6. Green energy. The shift to completely renewable sources has been long overdue, and you'd be forgiven to think that the green energy markets have been stagnating, but the stock prices for green energy companies tell a completely different story. Throughout the last year, the per-stock price for the renewable energy group has jumped from around $30 in January to nearly $100 in December. Renewable power is estimated to jump to 25% of the total energy supply capex this year. It is expected to outdo fossil fuel for the very first time ever. The truth is, green tech has only been improving this whole time, and soon the time will come when whole nations will switch to green energy en masse. Number 7. Luxury companies. Luxury companies have emerged relatively unscathed out of last year's crash and have proved themselves one of the most resilient markets. The top 1% amassed a great fortune last year, with some billionaires tripling their net worth, and you don't expect them to go slow on the extravagance because of the rest of us, do you? Wanting good things isn't anything bad, really. Billionaires aren't the only ones guilty of it. We all spend on luxury items, as these luxuries help us forget about the bad that's going on in the world, at least temporarily. Like owning luxuries, capitalizing on them isn't anything bad either, especially with such a high return on investments. Number 8. Big tech. No matter what plague ravaged the planet in the years to come, the big tech will always remain. Big tech is by far the most competitive and fastest growing of all industries in the world. This should come to you as no surprise since it's been growing ever since the dot-com crash was over back in 2001. Companies such as Facebook and Google have been crushing it throughout the past decade, as up 40% since January. In particular, Facebook is a great long-term investment if you're looking to invest in social media companies. Number 9. Bitcoins and other cryptos. You know it. Cryptos are going to replace paper money one day. Making long-term investments in crypto is something that's come naturally to most astute investors. Bitcoin will slowly grow its value over time, so we recommend patience if you're looking to invest in it. If you want to be a bull, then go ahead and try your luck because experts suggest Bitcoin's going to see a surge in value this year. Number 10. Oil. While renewable energy is definitely going to take over the world in the coming years, it doesn't mean oil prices aren't skyrocketing as we speak. Investing in fossil fuel is always a good idea, especially if you're looking to make money in the short term. Oil companies had a boom last year, and they most certainly will keep the momentum into the coming years. So, what investments are you going to make this year? Let us know down in the comments section. And if you liked the video, please leave a like and hit subscribe for more videos like this. Until next time.